So what happened there for me is that is a manifestation of the fact that the sea of 10,000 rulers is where you can find Mahayana. Okay, that is what's important to me. Okay, you need to understand that. I need to believe that. I need to believe. Whereas all these manifestations are nice, but I don't get much out of it except for one kind of. But this gives me assurance that Mahayana is still found in Chinese format, okay, Chinese character, and that's one of the places. You got that? This is why it's important to me. Okay? Just professional perspective. Đối với cá nhân tôi, nó quan trọng là tại vì đối với tôi thấy cái cảm ứng của Phật người ta là hoa rồi rồng là nọ vui để vui giá cái lá lốc thôi một dốc lá là xong nó biến là sao mình còn xài được nữa. Còn này đối với tôi quan trọng là tại vì cái này rõ ràng cái thánh địa này là cái chỗ mình có thể tìm được cái pháp đại thừa, kinh tại đại thừa, pháp đại thừa được truyền bằng tiếng Thọ vẫn còn là tôi có tôi yên tâm đây vẫn là thánh địa của tôi và tôi có thể trở lại với tôi học được. Ok, cái đó tôi qua cái giá trị lớn thôi. Người cảm ơn bác cho tôi cái này cái cơ hội này tôi thấy được cái đó. Okay. Because I tell you the secret, tôi nói với người cái bí mật ở trong đại thừa. Kinh đại thừa khóc tất cả không gian vũ trụ. Maya is everywhere in the Dharma. Alright? We just can't see it. We don't have this spiritual penetration to see it. You got it, there's a principle behind it. Okay? Trên cái lý thuyết ấy, cái kinh điển đại thừa, những cái điển đại thừa khóc trong vũ trụ. Mình thấy là mình đủ thần thông như vậy. Lâu lâu những người tầm thường như tôi, trình độ thấp như tôi, thì lâu lâu người ta phải nhắc cái chỗ vào thành cái chỗ có kinh pháp đại thừa để mình có cái niềm tin. So what happens for me, for a person in my low level of skills and wisdom, sometimes you need to have manifestation like that to remind you that's where we can go to find life. Since I can't see in God, I don't know where to find it. Isn't that cool? See that? And let me tell you, it's not from the resonance.
Sometimes you get these manifestations is the reinforcement of one's faith.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, you're on the right path, just be living more patient. You live like little hints.
Yes. We around. We keeping an eye on you. We here. That's got the message. It helps. See, you guys want to see dragons, right? I don't care. That's important to me. That is beautiful. Okay? So, can we move on to the lecture or shall we talk some more? Yes, question.
Last week there was a news report of a woman in this area, San Gabriel area, that had the tree that she was standing under had been struck by lightning and it had killed her. I just wondered if there was any significance or any meaning behind being killed that way, dying that way, by being...
Có cái trong kiến thức nói là có tuần vừa rồi có người đàn bà kia bị sét đánh chết, sét đánh cái cây mà đứng trên cái cây thì sét đánh chết. Rồi hỏi là có ý nghĩa gì về cái đó không? Usually, according to Chinese belief, according to Oriental belief, it's an act of God. It's a punishment from heaven. You guys know it's an act of God. Actually, for us, it's punishment from heaven. very precise about it. Đối với cái văn hóa ở châu người ở châu Âu và cái đó là một tác động của trời. Okay, act of God, how do you translate in Vietnamese? Okay, như điều đối với người Âu Châu, người Á Châu, cái văn hóa Âu Châu, cái đó gọi là cái bị trời trị, bị trời trừng trị.
Thưa thầy, con có cái ý kiến gì?
Dạ.
Thường ông bà nói cái nước cây đó, thường thì nó có cái ngang biển cực trọng. Nhưng mà tôi chợ gần nó có khi ông chợ thấy ông đặt cái đó mà có khi những người đó như ông thôi đó đứng vô gốc cây mà chút mưa đó bị lại gạt được. Có nhiều điều
có như vậy. Điều cái này nó còn hơn như vậy. Thì thường khi một trời phạt không bao giờ nó trật đâu, chính xác bùm chết này, một mình chết, những người bên cạnh cũng chết. Ngoài trời trừng trị là nó dễ sợ. Trừng trị để làm cái gì? Để dạy mình là học. So in the Oriental culture, it's well documented that you have that happen a lot, where actually you get struck by lightning and then you die on the spot. Okay, and usually when you trace back, you find that these people have done pretty big evil things for that to happen. And this is why this is well documented in the Asian culture, because that's how people begin to believe in the fact that there is something called punishment from heaven. Actually, lightning strikes and kills you on the spot. So much accuracy, and it turns out all these people are evildoers. Thành ra cái văn hóa Á Đông mình chuyện nó xảy ra nhiều lắm, mấy người đại ác lắm, bị trời đánh chết. Xong rồi người ta ông ác thì bà mà ác vậy rồi, gian ác dễ sợ. Cái đó là trời đánh, cái đó là mình trừng trị đó đây. So what happened in the Asian culture? That's why we have something called under heaven. Heaven and earth, we are in between. Cái thành cái văn hóa mình đó, đúng rồi, là có thiên, có địa, thì mình ở dưới. Thằng mình vẫn ở dưới trời như thường. You have to remember, in Asian culture, we're very humble for that reason in our culture, because heaven is still above us, and they still dish out punishment if we misbehave. When we misbehave to the extreme, we will be punished. Heaven will punish us.
Thưa thầy, bây giờ hồi xưa ông bà nói làm gì cái gì lương tâm mình làm, mình làm trái lương tâm chờ nó sắp đó. Nó nói câu này vậy.
So she said that from her generation, there's a saying, her elders used to tell them that you need to be virtuous, because if you are evil, the sky is pretty low. It's very close to us. Just overhead, okay? And that's the Asian place. Okay? This is why sometimes they don't translate from a Chinese text. They say under heaven, that kind of thing. In Maya text, they say under heaven, earth, and so on, for that reason, because that is a reminder that is we need to be humble. Mình phải biết khiêm tốn. Thế mình còn có trời nữa, mình không phải là nhất đâu. Mà mình bị cô quạng bị trừng phạt như thế, vẫn có người có quyền trừng phạt mình có hoàng đế, có giàu nhất, có thế lực nhất, quyền lực như ở đây vẫn bị trời trừng phạt như thế nếu như mình làm vậy. Okay? Yes.
So now these people then that have the same experience, but then they don't die. Is that a warning?
Could be. Usually it's a warning.
Maybe.
Yeah. Usually it's not some kind like us, we see a dragon. This actually is a warning and a very strong message. Okay. From the heavens. Chẳng hạn như mình đánh không chết thì sao? Cái đó là cảnh cáo. Chẳng hạn nên rõ ràng, cái cơn lực vào mình rõ ràng. Cái sát đó là chịu một cái tôn chỉ từ trên ba thứ mình, hoặc là trừng trị hoài nhất mình. Đừng tưởng ngon. You're not that hot, folks. We're not that hot, trust me. According to the Asian system. Yes.
Yeah, I was, the way I think I understood it meant to be is that normally heaven can wait for the cause and effect for the person to get their retribution. But when they do something so bad, so egregious, that heaven will have to step in and strike them like that.
Yeah.
And basically, they want to wait and say, oh, cause and effect will take its course. But you did something so bad, they have to do it, and they have to punish you right now. That's why you get the lightning strike.
Then the time is right. It's time to write.
Normally, they have to, because they're patient too. They're gods, right? They say, cause and effect, we understand it. Let it just wrap up. It's so bad, they rain it down right now.
Chị Yếu nói là như thường sao mặc dù có ông thiên ông trời nó nói đều họ hiểu cái luật nhân quả, họ rất tin, họ đợi mình, họ biết mình là bệnh, mình cứ đợi có thử mình là bệnh chừng nào, có được ác chừng nào, có hay chứ mới vui không? Họ đâu có phim đâu, họ đâu có cine được đâu, thành ra họ qua xong rồi thường mà họ can thiệp là quá ác, họ đợi họ phải dùng cái cơ hội để trừng trị để dạy cho họ. So it's a lesson. The time will teach us a lesson. It's a reminder. Okay? That's Asian culture. And that's what we really believe in. Okay?
But far more direct than any other act of God, so to speak, natural disaster.
Right.
Flooding and tsunamis and taking out 5,000 people. This is a one direct hit.
Right, yeah. Precision. Surgical strike.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's spiritual power, my dear.
That's nice.
Any other question? Oh, yeah, one more question here.
How do we know if it's not caused by the demon or ghost, but it's the act of God?
Usually it comes with a message.
Oh.
It comes with a lesson. The lesson is associated with that. This is why they intervene, to teach us that you cannot do extreme evil. That's usually his message. Okay? That's the most common reason why they intervene in that drastic fashion. Because this kind of evil cannot go beyond this. This is what stops.
Makes sense.
And then, of course, next generation, you push it a bit further. Then it strike again. That's usually what happens. Okay? Thưa trời trừng trị là tại vì đại ác mới trừng trị, để trừng trị để dạy người ta. Đều cứ mỗi cái thế hệ sau là phải càng ngày phải can thiệp, phải trừng trị, càng ngày mình phải đẩy làm bậy thêm. So it doesn't stop. Yes, question, comments. Yes.
But like this example, like this lady, but when it's reported, most people on the news or anything, they would just say how goes your background and all this thing, but we will never know what's the true thing that we should not be doing other than.
Well, Jimmy, it doesn't sell. You gotta understand it's important in the news because it sells. So it doesn't sell to go and dig into the boring morality stuff like that. Who's going to believe it anyway?
But
It's going to be dismissed by most intellectuals anyway, so it doesn't pay.
But how do we learn the heaven's lesson we're trying to understand?
That's a good question. Ông hỏi hóc búa tôi. Ông hỏi chứ ở đây người ta bị đánh xét vẫn đâu có ai hiểu cái bài học là gì, đúng không? Vậy bài học là chỗ nào? Học trò tôi học đùa. You're not my disciple yet, are you? Okay, good. We keep it that way.
Okay, don't let it get too long.
There's a lesson there, but you must have enough blessings to receive the lesson. Okay? Just like you must enroll into Harvard to receive the teaching of Harvard. You must have the kind of lesson. It's for us blessed people who can hear or grasp the lesson. Just like you, just like us today, and we look at the picture, you guys, oh, this is wonderful, look at this response. I have to explain to you that really is mine, that's what it really means to me. Okay. That's a lesson. When you guys have the lessons, we have the lessons together to grasp. The rest, they say, oh, response, beautiful picture. And let's auction it up. Okay? So it depends. Thành ra tùy cái hỏi của tôi hỏi bài học làm sao đâu ai hiểu đâu. Đương nhiên mình chỉ có cơ hội hiểu khi nào mình đủ phước để mình được hiểu cái bài học đó. Phải có phước mới học được bài học, chứ đâu phải là muốn học là dễ nữa. Giống ở đây quý vị muốn ra cái bằng của cái trường đại học tốt như là trường học ra rồi sao co bỏ tiền ra tới đó rồi ghi danh để học, đâu có dễ dàng, có phước mới học được. Okay? Does that answer your question? Okay. We still friends? Yes. Question.
This is not regarding that. It's regarding this morning when we're reciting the Medicine Master mantra.
Yeah.
And if we don't sing it when we're reciting it, is it still effective?
So the music, the melody is only for the greater center, so that we do the same.
Greater family. Okay. Not
Otherwise, it makes no difference. The sound is really the tune doesn't make no difference. Hỏi là lúc mình tụng này nọ thì cái nhịp cái điệu nó quan trọng cho nào cho nó thiệt ra cái nhạc cái điệu cái nhịp này nọ chỉ làm cho đại chúng đồng nhất thôi, cùng làm việc thôi. Còn nếu mình làm mình cũng không được. The objective is to avoid chaos so that it's easier for you to become single minded. Cái quan trọng của pháp đại chúng đó dùng những cái nhạc và dùng cái âm điệu, những cái nhịp để cho đại chúng không có bị tâm hồn bị loạn xạ và dễ được nhất tâm, nhất ý. Để không thôi nó loạn xạ cái tóc những đầu mình phiền não. Okay? Any other question? Okay. Can we move on? Moving on. Okay, slide 261. The Brahmin woman asked the ghost king, what is this place? Poisonless replied, this is the west side of the first encircling sea of the great Iron Ring mountain. The holy woman said, I have heard that hell is within the Iron Ring. Is this actually so? Đức Bà La Môn hỏi chú quỷ, chỗ này là gì? Chú quỷ đáp, chỗ này là lớp biển thứ nhất ở phía tây dãy núi Đại Thiết Vi. Thành đừng hỏi, tôi nghe nói trong Thiết Vi có địa ngục, thật chăng? Slide 264, số 264. Okay. This is gets a little bit spiritual here, so I need to go into this so that to give you some background information about our jargons and our cosmology of the universe. Tôi bắt đầu dùng cơ hội này tại tôi đã giảng kinh cho họ cái năm này là năm thứ ba, năm thứ 34. I started to teach the sutras. I've been staying away from this because I didn't want to get this deep into the cosmology yet. But now is the time to do that. Thì bây giờ nó bắt đầu dạy cho họ mấy cái phần vũ trụ hơn tí. So I need you to open your ears and eyes and just listen and don't try to understand too much because this is a very spiritual structure of the Dharma realm. Cái này là cái vũ trụ mình nó được cấu tạo như vậy. Okay. So there's something called the four continents under heaven. Okay. Bốn cái châu ở dưới trời. Okay. And in the center of the four continents is something called Wonderfully High Mountain or Mount Sumeru. Sumeru is Sanskrit for Wonderfully High. Thì trong cái trung tâm của bốn cái tứ châu đó thì có cái núi là núi Tu Di. Okay? Tu Di có nghĩa là diệu cao. Alright? Outside, further outside there are 8 more mountains. Ở ngoài là có 8 cái núi khác nữa. And further outside you have the Great Salty Ocean. Phía sau ngoài vòng ngoài nữa có cái hàm là muối. Hàm hải muối nữa, hải nó lại nó mặn dễ sợ. Ok, dùng nước để nấu thì không cần thêm muối, thêm chỉ dầu. So if you use the salty water here in this ocean, you don't need to add salt or machi or soy sauce. And further outside the Great Salty Ocean, you see we have something called the Great Iron Ring Mountain. Ở ngoài nữa thì có cái dãy núi Đại Thiết Đi. So far so good. And the first sea is within the Great Iron Ring Mountain and water boundaries. Cái lớp biển thứ nhất là phía ngoài của cái dãy núi Thiết Đi. So far so good. That's what it helps.
Inside or outside?
Outside.
Outside.
You have a picture or a three-dimensional picture?
No.
So what is the relationship of the high mountain with the four continents?
It's right at the center.
It's the center of all continents. And then those 8 mountains and the ocean are in one of those continents or
No. Sumeru, Mount Sumeru, núi Tu Di ở đây, tứ châu ở xung quanh, four sides, and then we see the Great Salty Ocean.
outside.
Yeah, outside. Cái núi Tu Di tứ châu là giữa này, Tu Di ngay ở giữa, xong rồi cái biển là xong rồi đại cái phiên xung quanh, này đi xa. Okay, got that. We'll revisit this again. Don't worry. Since I'm saying there's something called every single. This is a strict. That's how the universe is organized. This is how the world is organized. Cái thế giới như vậy. Every single world is going to be organized like that.
A world is a galaxy or a world is a solar system?
And then you have world a little bit heard. The world is world. Let me postpone it in the future because the technical jargon is very precise. It's a world system, and so okay. So that's not burdening ourselves with that yet. Okay. So at this structure here, we're interested in locating where the hell is. So I need to situate you before I can tell you where the hell is. Như họ hỏi hơi chi tiết nhưng mà tôi chưa muốn trả lời, tại vì họ hỏi về thế giới là thế giới hệ rồi Phật độ gì đó, nó hơi phức tạp thì mình chưa cần tới. Bây giờ mình muốn biết là mình cái chỗ nó ở đâu và cái điều nó ở đâu. Trong cái kinh mình chỉ muốn biết chuyện đó thôi. Okay, so far so good. Yes.
Why is hell located on the outside surrounded?
They're all around. There are lots of different kinds.
Yeah, I was wondering about the location. Why is not like the Mount Sumeru surrounded with hell? The hell is
Actually, there are also some underneath the southern continent.
oh.
There's some underneath as well. Okay. But for where she's at right now is that particular location. Ông ấy hỏi tại sao mà địa ngục nó phải ở ngoài, nó ở trong không có. Nhiều cái chỗ của bà này nó ở là ở ngoài. Okay, that's where she's at right now. That particular kind of hell. There's more than one. Rồi ở dưới mình có cái địa ngục cũng phải ở ngoài thôi. Có đủ loại hết. Vì đừng có lo, không có thiếu chỗ đâu. You will not run out of real estate for house. Don't you worry. Okay, any other questions?
Thưa thầy, cái thế giới như thầy nói thì thầy cho con hỏi là mình dùng cặp mắt thường để thấy hay là phải mắt trứng?
Phải dùng mắt cái người mình thôi cũng thấy. You need spiritual power to see. Okay? Poisonless answered, hell is really here. The holy woman asked, how have I now come to the house? Poisonless answered, no one can come here unless he has either awesome spirit or the required karma. Đức quý thưa, thật có địa ngục. Thành đừng hỏi, vì sao mà tôi đến được nơi địa ngục này? Đức quý thưa, phi uy thần thì nghiệp lực, ngoài hai loại ấy thì không thể nào đến được. Now, in Vietnamese, when they translate this, this is my deep with the Vietnamese scripture. My version English text, this thing here they translate they translate it wrong. This is the precise translation from Chinese words. That's why I'm telling you. That's why I value the Chinese original text, because it's accuracy. If you look at the Vietnamese text by itself, you don't know how distorted, where it came from. Okay, that's why now you know why I value Chinese sources, Maya text from the picture. You see that? Lúc mà tôi sửa bài bài dịch này thì dùng những cái kinh mà quý thầy tôi dịch đã có sẵn rồi, thì tôi thấy họ dịch trật, tại vì chữ tàu nguyên bản ấy, thì phải dịch ra uy thần chứ không phải uy lực thần gì bình thường. Họ dịch bên thầy họ dịch là muốn nghe thuận tai thôi, thuận tai là nghe nó được rồi, chứ còn nó không có chính xác. Cái kinh Phật rất là chính xác. Thành mấy thầy mấy cô thì tôi nói đó, để tại vì tôi hơi xúc phạm mấy thầy, tôi hơi xúc thượng tí, mà tại vì phải nói cho rõ này, quý thầy mấy cô hiểu trong tương lai dịch là cái kinh là chữ tàu thánh kinh rất là đích xác. Mình dịch thì mình dịch cố gắng hết sức để mình nó càng chính xác chừng nào thì mình càng không bị mất cái ý nghĩa của Phật dạy. Còn dịch là mình muốn về dùng cái văn từ cho nó hiện đại hơn một tí, cho nó dễ hiểu hơn một tí, cho nó xuôi tai hơn một tí, thì mất nhiều không thể tưởng được. Mà bây giờ cái đó là cái phong trào của quý thầy mấy cô đi học ra bàn xong rồi cố gắng dịch để cho ai cũng hiểu hết. Cái đó là cần mình dịch thì mình giữ được ý nghĩa của Phật dạy, ai phải nghe cũng bị hiểu vậy, cũng giữ cái ý nghĩa Phật dạy. Từ từ tôi giảng cái gì, tôi có thì giờ tôi giảng cái gì, hoặc ví dụ tôi bỏ thì giờ ra để tìm hiểu thêm mới hiểu được cái tạo mất cái ý của tôi với ngoài xứng đáng, không có quyền mất cái nó như vậy. Okay, so I just happened to have consulted some the Vietnamese monks and nuns who've been doing translation. I said now the trend right now is for them to go and get a PhD degree or education in Buddhology, and then they come back and they translate. So the way to translate is that they're trying to make it accessible for everyone, so that especially younger Vietnamese or who are not that versed with the language anymore, they can read it and they can understand it easily and readily. And I happen to be very, very violently against it, because my attitude is that the original texts in Chinese are sacred words. Okay? When we translate it, whether into Vietnamese or English, we have to try our best to preserve all the Buddha's teaching in its context, not simplify to the point that anyone can understand it. It's not important that most everyone understand it. It's more important to preserve the teaching and then take the time to explain it. That is a proper approach in my mind. Okay? So I just happened to insult a few Vietnamese no translators. Okay, but that's wrong approach. That's improper. Okay, I find actually, if you ask me personally, I find it insulting. Okay. Go to hell. Hey, how broken. I mean, that's strictly the attitude towards me. Go to hell. What do you know? And trust me, folks, this is not prescripted. Okay, it happens and go to hell. It's an appropriate response to me, to my tirade. Okay, when you go to hell, the only way to visit the hell is only two ways: awesome spirit, okay, quay sẵn, uy thần. Có hai cách thôi. Mình thấy vào địa ngục có hai cách thôi, hoặc là uy thần. Okay, meaning that uy thần có nghĩa là gì? Nghĩa là oai đức thần thông, cho thần thông. Có thần thông trở được. Okay. Awesome spirit really means spiritual power. Alright? And the other way is required karma. And the other way is that if you don't have any spiritual power, the sure way to get there is to do evil. You're going to get there for sure. That's called required karma. Some humor in there. Thành cái phần cái gì là có thể gọi là nghiệp lực. Nghiệp lực là nếu mình không có thần thông thì mình cứ làm bậy đi, thì nghiệp lực là mình đem tới địa ngục mình phát tâm đoàn. Questions? Yes.
Trong kinh Địa Tạng có nói là 500 loại địa ngục hình lớn nhỏ khác nhau. Thì nó chỉ là trên văn tự hay là có gì?
You ask the Sutta text, it will be, you will that later. There are 500 hells, different sizes and different types. Are they true, or is this a number? Or is it more than 500? And they're all true. Yes, question. Cái đó là đúng, đều lắc trong sau này sẽ vào cái phần những cái chương sau. Yes.
The translation of the sutra to where it's in, to where anybody can understand it, wouldn't that be eliminating the reaching of enlightenment in a way that because if it just becomes intellectual?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Hỏi là nếu như mình giảng dị hóa mấy cái kinh để cho ai thì hiểu nó có cản trở cái việc giác ngộ, nó chưa chắc. Not necessarily. The only my strong objection to that, my personal objection to that is because I as a cultivator, okay, value the teaching, because whenever my teachers explain something or the Buddha explains something, he has a reason behind it. Okay, lý do mà tôi coi trọng cái việc mà cái sự chính xác của kinh điển, tại vì mỗi lần thầy tôi dạy hoặc là thật là dạy thì mấy ngài đã dùng mấy chữ đó thì có lý do hắn dùng mấy chữ đó. They have very precise reason why they use a particular term. Okay, and for a translator to interpret that, okay, is insulting to me, because then he insults my intelligence. You see that? It's
and
not.
your purpose.
Yeah, and then he destroys the Buddha's original purpose. Cái lý do mà hồi nãy tôi nói là như vậy là đối với tôi là hơi sốc tai chứ, tại vì họ nghĩ ra tôi đọc cái đó tôi hiểu không được, họ phải giảng nghĩa tôi hiểu. Ok, nghe là hơi tự cao đấy. Cái phần cái gì nữa là Phật với Bồ Tát mà giảng những chữ đó là có lý do mà giảng chữ, cái bài học nó có trong những chữ đó. Bây giờ họ chắc cái chữ đó không cho mình thấy, là mình mất cái lời dạy, mất lời dạy. So the second part is that not they're losing the Buddha's original teaching. Okay, it's It's not clean. It's not kosher. It's not wise. Only stupid people would do it. That's why I'm using strong words right now because I need to remind people that they should not commit those types of offenses. It's on purpose, mind you. You see, they do it on purpose, out of stupidity, thinking they're superior, thinking they help everything else. But how does it prevent, and why does it not prevent enlightenment? It's not the only means. Okay, getting enlightened by reading sutra text is only one form. It's another form is the teacher.
But that's eliminated with
Not
these
necessarily.
translations.
Not necessarily. Our website, our text is better quality than the next. So it depends on your source. Depends on your affinities.
The teaching is less why.
Yeah, but still it doesn't hinder. It doesn't hinder in the sense. There are many ways to dice it. It's not. The sutra text is not. Okay, so there's nothing to worry about. I'm trying to help people, prevent people from committing offense against the teaching. They don't realize. That's why I'm a little bit strong. Hỏi là như vậy, khi mình là giảng dịch trật như vậy thì người ta mất cái ý nghĩa của cái lời kinh thì có cản trở sự giác ngộ mình đúng không cản trở, tại có nhiều giác ngộ, có những phương tiện khác nhau, đâu cần phải là kinh không phần giác ngộ. Thì lý do tôi dùng chữ nó hơi nặng tí, mà tại tôi muốn nhắc lại cho thế hệ tương lai biết là cái phong trào giảng dị hóa của kinh, cái phong trào tinh bệnh. Okay. Là mất cái ý nghĩa sâu xa của lời dạy của Phật của ta. Cái đó nên đừng làm cái chuyện. Okay. When the appropriate slide title, what I mean is I look at it and it's like someone telling me what to do. So personal about my comments, about my viewpoints. You don't see any humor in that, huh? I do. Okay, 269. The only woman asked, why is this water seething, and why are there so many people with offenses and evil beasts? Voiceless replied, these are the newly dead beings of Jambudvipa who have done evil deeds, and who during the first 49 days after their death had no survivor to perform acts of merit on their behalf and rescue them from suffering and difficulty. Moreover, during their lives, they planted no good causes. In accordance with their own deeds, the hells appear, and they naturally are striving to first cross the sea. The 10,000 yojanas east of this sea is another sea which has double the sufferings of this one. East of that is yet another sea where the sufferings are double still again. What the combined evil causes of the three karmas evoke is called the sea of karma. This is that place. Tánh nữ lại hỏi, dưới nào mà nước sôi sục, có nhiều tội nhân và lắm thú dữ. Vua độc đáp, tội nhân ấy là những kẻ làm ác ở diêm phù đề mà mới chết. Trải qua 49 ngày nếu không có ai kế tự để làm công đức mà cứu khổ nạn cho. Khi còn sống họ cũng không tạo thiện nhân, nên theo nghiệp tạo mà cảm quả khổ địa ngục. Tự nhiên trước hết phải qua biển này. Đi đông biển này cách 10 vạn do tuần có lớp biển nữa khổ gấp đôi biển này. Phía đông biển sau lại có một lớp biển khác lại khổ sở làm gấp đôi. Do 3 nghiệp ác nhân mà cảm ra cùng ngoài là nghiệp hại là chỗ nào. Okay, more insights into the health, the nature of the health. So the first part of this section is that the woman asked 3 questions. Ngài những cái phần bà nữ nhân bà hỏi có 3 câu hỏi. Why is water ceasing? Tại sao nước có sôi sục? Why are so many convicts? Why are so many evil beasts? Có nhiều tù nhân này, ngục nhân này, có nhiều ác thú này. So why is water ceasing? Tại sao nước có sôi sục? Because of your arrogance. Okay. Sôi sục là tại cái ngạo mạn, cái tà khí mà ngạo mạn của mình. Rồi cũng phải mình ngạo mạn không, mình chịu nguồn điện hiếp người yếu. So not only is your arrogance habit energy, is also that the habit of going around bullying people. This brings to mind those typical kung fu movies, doesn't it? Giống như phim tiểu ứng. Vì nhá, anyone watch any kung fu movies?
Oh yeah.
You all see weirdo. I bet your favorite channels are Black Belt channel or something like that.
Well, I don't watch it anymore, but I saw it Bruce Lee.
Because typically, when I was growing up in Vietnam, I used to love these kung fu movies. You go there, and this is the storyline, one after another, it's all the same story. You go to a dojo, okay. Hồi trẻ tôi Việt Nam tôi qua trên trường, thích trên trường tại nó giảng nó dễ hiểu lắm. Coi khi nào cũng giống nhau hết, giống nhau hết, chỉ khác người tí xíu thôi. Vào cái là cái phim tức là hồi lâu mấy cô trẻ chắc không biết. Hồi xưa cái phim trường là ta có một cái trường dạy võ. So you have a martial arts school, okay, and they compete against each other, okay. Họ cạnh tranh với nhau. So what happens is that one will then emerge as the strongest martial arts school. Thì lúc đó một cái trường dạy võ sẽ nổi tiếng là giỏi nhất. So what happens is that I walk around and say, I belong to that school, you know. Walk around like that, like I used to. See, that's why I picked up all bad habits in my early life. Cái trường dạy học mà nổi tiếng mà giỏi mà mạnh nhất ấy, thì mấy người đó cũng như tên là nó đi quanh quanh ra cái gì sao ta ngưỡng mặt lên trời tôi là trường tôi giỏi nhất. Nào bây giờ quý vị hiểu tại sao cái thói là cái nào mà tôi từ đâu tôi học ở trong cái phim tàu ra. Okay, so and then the next thing you do, you bully the weak. So they walk around and bully people, push people around. Okay, all those habits. That's what's creating, thanks to the Chinese culture, this water seeping in the house. See, I'm embracing the Chinese culture. Now I tell you their talks. Just like that. Nên vì như vậy, tôi nói cái này là tôi đổ lỗi cho miền Nam hóa, Á Châu, miền Tàu là lý do mà cái địa ngục mà có nước sôi sục là tại vì mình chưa môn ngạo mà đi hít cái yếu. And now with the water seeking, now you're creating a way unceasing. Okay, it never ends. Là cái sóng biển nó bị tạo, nó không liên tục, không vào những người. What about the second question? Why so many convicts? Tại sao có nhiều tù nhân vậy? Oh, those are our good friends, our friendly neighbor who are committing the 10 evils. Đó là những người láng giềng của mình đó. Bây giờ đang tu mấy cái gọi đang tu cái thập ác. Okay. Not very far. They are very familiar faces. These are the friendly neighbors who are committing the 10 evils. And their own offenses create a hell retribution. Vì tạo những cái nghiệp ác như vậy nên bây giờ tạo họ phải đọa xuống này. Yes. You have any neighbor like that?
I was just thinking the word before waves. What's that supposed to be?
You mean unceasing.
Oh.
Is that such a word?
Incessantly.
There's a French word for it.
It's a good word.
No, is it?
Incessantly, absolutely.
See, he's a poet, so he knows what he's talking about. He writes poetry and lyrics. Lyrics is a form of poetry.
In a way.
With music.
In a way.
Two harmonics. It takes a very lot of overlap between writing lyrics and writing poetry. But anyway, so that's a known word. I got it from the authority. Why many evil beasts? Tại sao có nhiều ác thú như vậy? From touch retributions. Isn't it fascinating? Cái này là do từ xúc bảo. Have you touched anyone lately, honey? That's what you're gonna encounter now, evil beasts when you go to the house. Isn't it fascinating? The evil beasts are a manifestation or retribution for our touching garments.
Is it a physical touch? Is that what you're referring to? Not a other kinds of touch.
So is it touch is an offense?
Yeah.
In what way?
You touch me, you give me false thinking. What else? What other way you want?
No, but when somebody
Women so worried now. My man will not touch me anymore. No. Look, appreciates the joke. The men don't understand at all.
They let it slide by. Just let it slide by.
Master, there are. That's right. Even one understands just the physical touch, because, like you said about text, through lyrics, you touch people without physically touching them, but you are touching them.
No, this is referring to the actual physical touch.
So these are
yes.
naughty.
Yeah. Of course, there are always a touching.
Well, that's what it is. It just says touch retribution. Is there any kind of
contact?
And every kind of touch is just.
Look at the faces. You guys miss so much. They make such big faces. Speaking of attachments, need I say more? Caught red-handed. Anyway. Who says sutra lectures are boring? I'm having a ball. You may be bored, I'm not.
Thank God, somebody now.
I tell you the truth, because when I prepare this slide here, I look at this touch retribution and say, should I or should not? Should I?
So why did you?
Just to get the look on the faces, that's all.
Soạn cái bài này tôi đắn đo, tôi không biết tôi nên để cái chỗ mà cái xuất báo này không nữa. Bạn hỏi tại sao này để vào? Gì vậy? Okay, getting serious. Are we still together?
I don't know.
I lost you already, huh? Okay. Okay, any questions? What's so funny? I know, people find funny things and stupid things. I don't get it either. You don't get it. It's
I was gonna ask about the touches. That means touch anything, like when we sit here.
No,
Danny, go back in your world. Go back in your world. Goodbye, Danny.
Not to end.
Give them some bodily advice, will you?
Danny, you're special.
You don't
so special. She still doesn't get it.
Not at all.
Oh my God.
Maybe that's
hỏi rồi chứ xúc báo vậy có phải đừng máy điện tử không bị như vậy không? Ủa có hiểu không? Cô hiểu mà em cười. I asked her, can she understand how she dare? How dare she laugh? She left home when she was 16, so did she? No one is fair.
You're making it worse, Master. Go on to the next page.
Next slide.
Next slide. Come on.
Okay, I'm going to be serious. Give me a few minutes again. I lost my cool. Okay, no, it doesn't count. Okay. Okay, next. 273. Số 273. Yen Phu Đề và Râm Rút Vị Tạ. Yen Phu Thí. Sanskrit, for Sanskrit, that translates as superior goal. Yen Phu Đề tiếng Phạn có nghĩa là thượng kim, và tốt nhất. Okay. It's the name of our southern continent, one of the four continents, một trong chín châu. Okay, châu phía Nam châu. The land is narrow in the south side, and broad in the north. It's about 7,000 yojanas high in both directions.
Say it in English.
Yojanas is a distance, measured distance.
Miles.
Something like 28 miles or 30 miles. Something like that. Thì cái đất này á, phía Nam á, thì nó hẹp, còn phía Bắc thì nó rộng hơn, khoảng chừng 7.000 dặm, hai hướng. In particular, it's called Jambudvipa because it has a tree called Jambunada. Lý do ngoài là Diêm Phù Đề tại vì cái châu này nó có cái cây, còn Diêm Phù Đà, kim thủ. Jambunada golden tree. It's 7 yojanas in circumference, 100 yojanas tall. The foliage has 50 yojanas in 4 directions. Có cây này có 7 do tường chu vi, 100 do tường cao. Cái lùm cây thì nó 40 do tường, 4 hướng. So far so good. What's particular about this tree is that it has a tree sap that flows into the river. Tree sap, cây mà chạy nước cây ra, nó chạy vào sông thì nó biến thành vàng. Vàng này là vàng đẹp dễ sợ, vàng quý, mỏng đẹp dễ sợ, không có vàng tốt mà nó vàng. And this is the gold. This gold here is of the best quality. Okay. Yeah.
When we talk about this tree, do we mean it's like the tree of the earth, or it's like a spiritual sort of tree?
Yeah, it's a spiritual tree. You can't see it otherwise. Otherwise, we all well. I can't tell you what it is, concept. No, I'm kidding. No, it's a spiritual tree.
Is this the sizing of the tree? Is this to relate to something that is enormous? I mean, beyond what we would know as enormous.
Yeah, this is a huge tree. And the huge trees. Usually, the huge trees are associated with the essential chi energy, life energy, that creates these humongous trees. Okay, and those are special places. You need special places for you to be able to have the kind of energy to feed and nurture a tree. So it tells you that our southern continent is very special. We have a lot of beings have high potential southern continent. That's the hidden message behind it. Cái lý do mình có cái cây diêm phù đà kim trụ này là bằng cái cây nó càng cao chừng nào thì cái khí lực để mà tạo cái cây đó rất là mạnh, mấy chỗ rất là nhiều. Thì cái ý nghĩa cái này có nghĩa là tại vẫn có nhiều cây nhưng có nghĩa là cái đất này đất rất là nhiều, nó tạo rất nhiều nhân tâm. The lots of talented people. Okay, we can create tremendous talents in the southern continent. So far, so good?
So there isn't anything to reference this tree.
Yeah, it's a very, very special tree and very invaluable tree. Yeah.
So compared to sequoia that we have here, is a
Sequoia, that tree is another thing. Sequoia is about a few thousand years, right? And maybe a few hundred feet. How tall does it grow? The redwoods are the tallest.
Yes.
The sequoia is the biggest. Sequoia is growing this, redwoods are growing like this. Okay, this thing is much taller. Okay, it's like 7,000 miles high. 100 yojanas times, that's it, 30 miles. That's 3,000 miles. That's not tall. And the tallest 50 yojanas, it's 1,500 miles in 4 directions. That's how big it is. That's how precious streams. And this continent can nurture that kind of precious entity, living thing. Isn't that special? Our land is very special. The feng shui is very special.
Earth is in that continent.
Yes. We are in the southern continent. We are the southern continent dwellers. Okay.
Is the entire Earth the southern continent?
I don't know. Probably. You can multiply, you see that, you look at 7,000 yojanas times 30, so it's 21,000 miles. 210,000 miles. How big is the Earth?
Circumference is 24,000 miles.
So that would include more.
Yeah.
Okay. Questions? Okay. Yes. Our favorite topic. Get. Good time. Two kinds. Yeah, you can't visit the house and you're dead, and this is what the context of that. Okay, get rid of around the book. Slide number 274. The two kinds of death. Life terminates. Okay, which itself divides into 3 additional kinds. Có 2 loại là cái sinh mạng nó ngừng lại. Nó có 3 phần. So the first kind is for life terminating is that life ends, or the other kind of blessings ends, or both life and blessings end. Lý do mình chết là cuộc sống ngừng lại để có thể tại vì mình hết thời giờ mình sống, hoặc mình phước sống là hết rồi, hoặc cả hai nữa. Một có thể là vì hết thời giờ sống, mà cũng có thể vì phước sống là hết rồi. Okay, that's for life terminates. External conditions, death. Chết vì ngoài duyên. Suicide is one such example. Or cause others accidents. Okay, or both. Cái ngoài duyên có thể là mình tự tử, hoặc mình tạo người khác cho bị tai nạn thành ta chết. Còn có thể hai cái, vừa tự tử vừa tạo tai nạn luôn. So far so good. That's death. Isn't that cool to know more about death? No interest. Yeah. Interest? 2 questions. Yes. Blessings and ends mean that you need a certain level of blessings to sustain your life. When your blessings run out,
Now, are we talking about the people that are in hell?
Here.
You, me, everybody else, Wendell.
I understand, but the dead people that are in the hell.
I'll give you an example, very specific. That's it. Cho cho ví dụ. I'll give you an example of blessing hand. Would you like to know?
Yeah.
Very simple. Let's say in a prior lifetime, you say, I've been cultivating so hard. Ví dụ, đời trước đó, mình tu nhiều quá là không còn của mình nhiều. Say, I've been working so hard, doing job. And then she sits there and says, I must have accrued a lot of blessings. Okay, this I'm playing back. Okay, assuming you are kind of lifetime, so you're a person.
Okay.
Okay, Hong Kong.
Mình tu gắt gao vậy sợ, mình tu gắt gao thì mình tạo rất nhiều phước. This is why we put it on channel like this. You say, but you know, for cultivation, they taught me to giving up cheesecake. Điều thầy cũng dạy tôi nhiều tôi là đừng có ăn cheesecake. Biết cheesecake là gì không? Đừng lên đi.
I can't even hardly like that.
She's used to be here, they can eat eggs. So you bring her to cheesecake factory, you're gonna lose her.
Don't they often eat meat too?
Yeah, you eat meat. Bad. Anyway, so thành mình tu mình nói là mình bị dụ mình nói còn không nên ăn cheese ăn bánh ngọt nữa. Cái mình ngồi mình vọng tưởng. So she sits there and she says all these blessings. She sits there and says, next time around I may fall for it now, but next time around next life I'll have a chance where I eat 10,000 cheesecake. Then I'm going to die.
Don't get it.
So you mean next life when she ate the 10,000, why did she die?
It's because you are not attached to this cheesecake. You don't know what I'm talking about. If you really love cheesecake, if I can eat 10,000 cheesecake, then I'm ready to die. That's the idea.
Oh, if you feel what you
To feel satisfied. My If you really are crazy about cheesecake, then you know what I'm talking about. You don't get it. I have sympathize with you. Thank you. It makes my day because I speak as if I talk to a wall.
Yeah, but if you're really crazy about cheesecake, you wouldn't eat 10,000.
City of 10,000 cheesecake.
When you eat too much of something you like, you
What a
like
week!
it again.
But you just again. See, these guys don't understand. When were you pregnant? See, pregnant women will understand this. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. I haven't been pregnant yet, but I can sympathize.
Why do you come back as a woman, Master?
Don't worry, Daddy. It's all right. You don't have to understand everything. Pregnancy, especially pregnancy. Huh?
I still have a question about lifetime.
Okay, wait. Let me finish the thing here. If you understand the craving, see, you still don't understand. If you have that craving, then you'll be satisfied with 10,000. And then next time you're born, you eat 10,000 cheesecake, then you die. It's that kind of blessing. So you just to enjoy the blessings. When the blessings are done, you're gone. You move on. That's a form of blessing. Got that? Nghe hiểu không? Không hiểu cheesecake không nên trong hố giả. Giả nó mê cheesecake nó tắt thôi không cần biết. It's okay here too. No cheesecake. So he said, okay, no problem. Got it? You don't get it?
Yeah.
It's okay.
We good.
You got
Okay. Yeah.
Then in other words, whatever blessings you've accrued, say in this lifetime,
Yeah.
And whatever it is, when they're all gone, we go.
You have so much blessings that you just want to enjoy a particular kind of blessings. Okay? And you're so blessed, that's what you do. You go and enjoy your blessings and you die. Because you do not wish to waste further blessings on that lifespan. That's how blessed you are.
So you can do that with your vow. From this life, say, okay, next life,
I'm going to have 10,000 women and then I die. They're all going like this, these ponies. All of them.
Except for Danny, he's going to ask you a question.
Are you creating a great karma?
Huh?
Like you say, you this lifetime you do it.
But that's you have lessons in time.
So you're gonna be reborn into animal realm if you do that.
Yeah, that's okay. Don't tell me about the cheesecake. I want to hear it. Got that? It's alright. It happens.
And then you're born as a rooster, you have 1,000 women.
Oh, that's the cost for reborn.
Be careful what you wish for.
You guys are so bad.
Who started it, man?
Okay, I'm not touching that rooster. Okay, question about life ends. You have a question? You don't understand it.
No. I do understand. It's just, how can you tell if a person died it's because of life ends or blessing ends or both? It doesn't matter. Because if you're gonna go have some kind of something for the person, maybe the person will leave it.
No, you don't understand. Thì hỏi là mình biết là cái chết là tại vì chết là tại vì phước nó hết. Thì nếu mình biết thì mình có thể mình thỉnh cho họ cái bài gì. If you want to give to that person, the plaque is always welcome. Why is it? Because I've been waiting for people to ask this kind of question. That already doesn't matter. The ritual, they go to the Pure Land. More specifically, for example, you get a Pure Land plaque. They're in Pure Land already. Why do you need to get a plaque for them for? I know this monk. He's a high level cultivator. He has samadhi and power, and he has kung fu. He has wisdom. He has virtue. He's bound to go to the Pure Land already. So why do I need to create a platform, right? Make sense? Yes. Why?
Because there's 9 stages. There's 9 levels. Grades of lotus, and even if you enter in a grade 1, you didn't get the PhD yet.
Because I don't know about the Pure Land, I can tell you about me. I have a van already. You give me a car, it's always welcome. Does it answer the question?
Yes, you mean your brother. You said the van, so that's...
No, I can abandon him. So I don't need you anymore. You got that? So the reason is that you're giving blessings of the Pure Land. They can use it whatever they need for whatever they need. So it doesn't matter whatever they use it. It's not. We all need a lot of blessings until we become Buddha. That's a fact. Tại vì mình tu mình cần phước dễ sợ. Bất cứ trình độ mình cần phước dễ sợ. Khi mà được phước tạo phước mình mừng dễ sợ. Tránh sẵn. Okay. Not only for the grade, but also cultivation requires a lot of blessings. You can always use blessings until you become a Buddha. Right? Yeah.
Another question about suicide. When you do suicide, do you have anything on blessing? Let's say, sometimes they say maybe you get at the stage that you may want to save the blessing for next life. So you might as well
the arts do it.
do it now so you can.
Suicide and aha leaving their bodies, two different
No,
things.
they kill themselves.
But that's the offense when you kill yourself.
So kill themselves.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean leaving from the
They
crowd.
they can kill themselves. They can die at will if they choose to die before their time. It happens during Buddha's time. Câu hỏi là chào như mình muốn là tiết kiệm phước. Cái ông này chuyên môn nghĩ chuyện tiết kiệm thôi. Tiết kiệm phước thành ra mình từ từ đi mình khỏi phí phước mình. Very smart, very 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 technical, very engineering. You may be preserving some blessings, but you're committing offenses. Mình có thể tiết kiệm phước mình những điều mình tạo nghiệp, mình tạo nghiệp sát. You creating killing karma. You kill yourself, you're still killing karma. You're killing a living being. You're breaking precepts. Including killing yourself is breaking precepts.
You're killing yourself?
It's absolutely anti-Buddhist.
Also, isn't it considered that inside our own bodies, a lot of living beings that we're not even aware of, right?
Yeah. We kill them as well.
Yeah, we killed them as well, too.
But they're not as important. We are the bigger one. So the offensive. Now they don't take me seriously anymore. Cái này tự tử đó, là cái này tạo một sắc sinh mình giết một con người, mình giết con người là tội nặng như sao? Thì giết người là tội rất là độ loại này luôn. Ông này mới nói là ông phải giết người tại trong người có nhiều chúng sanh sống, có nhiều mình giết họ luôn. Đều cái hoa quan trọng nhất là con người, cái giá trị con người đó. Giết con người dễ sợ, cái tội nó nặng hơn là giết những người sống rất nhiều. Okay, so you're making a wrong move. You really not saving. Instead of saving more, you should invest. Right? As long as you invest, you're not wasting. When you invest, you create, you produce.
Because I was thinking like, if I'm sick, 80 years old, sick, just laying there on the bed, using the medicine as well, just
you can still kill.
Go so I can save.
No, but you still can kill. Okay. Yeah.
A lot of people are sick and they're suffering too much, and they have decided to die.
Yeah. You're supposed to suffer. How do you want?
Yeah, if they do euthanasia, if you do euthanasia,
You might have just suffer over with now. You just have to face it later.
Right. Yeah, but you see, from Buddhist perspective, it may sound callous and cruel, but from our perspective, they're suffering right now because they're undergoing the retribution.
But
so killing yourself is not a good way to resolve that situation.
once you recognize retribution, it's best to just face it completely.
Huh?
It's best just to face it as completely as you can when it's happening.
Right.
Don't put it off. You got to face it in another life. You kill yourself.
Right. Or you get help. You go to Master Shiro and say, Master, save me. It takes away the pain away from you.
Right.
There's many ways to deal with it. Euthanasia is not a good choice. That's the message. There's so many more options. It's not the only thing. Killing yourself is the dumbest thing you can do. Okay? Yeah.
For those
people who have committed suicide can still write
Absolutely.
lessons.
Because those who kill themselves and usually fall into the ghost realm. They become ghosts. They become attached to that locally. They can't get out. You know that? Let's say if you have a relative who jumps off the bridge, you can be a ghost in that spot. They cannot get out.
Wherever they kill themselves.
For lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. And usually they cannot escape the condition until somebody else comes and whisper in the ears and that person jumps. Then they get.
That's why in Vietnamese, whenever there's somebody who suicide, people say that you always see the ghost there and then you have somebody to
The cycles. Còn như cái chuyện đó, tôi tự là chết rồi tôi kẹt vào cái chỗ mà chết, hạng như thấy những cầu chết là chết làm quỷ ở đó, làm quỷ ở căn đó, đời kiếp kiếp, phải đợi người ta khác tới. Thành thường khi tới cái chỗ có tự tử là người ta thường người ta thích nhảy tự mấy cái chỗ, tại sao có một chuyện nó nhậu tay thôi, nhảy đau khổ quá. Nhảy một cái, mình chết một cái, mình thế nó mới thoát được. It's that difficult. It's not easy. Come on. It's not easy to find someone else to replace you. And they need to find someone else to replace you. It's that miserable in life.
find someone to replace them.
Yeah. They cannot escape that ghost condition until someone replaces them and become a ghost in that different location.
Because the only way.
It's not the only way, but that's the way they know of. It's their dharma, the ghost dharma, that for them to get out, okay, then they need to find a replacement. But there are many other ways. But that's the only way available to them under their control. Okay? Isn't that interesting? That's how they live. That's how people live. That's all they know.
Besides giving them help. You receive the precepts for the disease that would get them out of hell.
Yeah, you see, you get you create merit and virtues on their behalf. A black is basically a way to give them merit and virtues, okay, for them to escape. That's all. But you have many ways. You can go and do charity work, and you transfer the blessings to them. Okay, there's so many options. Or if you have some kung fu, you can go there and you recite the sutras and mantras, and then it's going to help. Okay. Questions? So much interest in that. Yes.
Cho con hỏi là như cùng những vị như tôi sống thọ là do hiện đời tạo nhiều phước nên là do được sống được.
Chỉ có phước mới sống thọ được. Cái thọ một kiểu phước. Long life is a form of blessing. We cover that later when we talk about blessing. Okay, next question. Next question.
Why would that? Yeah. Why would the Arhat kill themselves?
Oh yeah, thank you. Why do Arhats kill themselves? What do you think? Tại sao mấy người bị A-la-hán tự tử? Cái này tại sao? See, this is a hidden beyond the person you should ask.
Các vị thấy ở cuối đời vũ trượt thì ngâm nát khi mà chứng quả A-la-hán thì tự độ mạng mình phải giữ cái mức độ.
Để nhập niết bàn. Bởi vậy nó nói giờ gì mình có thể nhập niết bàn, mình đạt được niết bàn, mình tiếp tục khổ là đâu có là khổ lắm, không có gì hoàn toàn vô dụng. Thành nhập niết bàn. Tiết kiệm cái phước. Ba giới là Nhật Quốc bạn khó muốn cầu cái giải thoát của các bản thân mình thôi. So what happened is that the reason the arhats kill themselves is because we have a Hinayana specialist here. She graduated from the Hinayana school in Vietnam. Hinayana Buddhist school. It's a very well-known school actually. All the leaders and professors are from Hinayana persuasion. So they know they train the people pretty well. So the Hinayana school, she gave me the right answer is that because the arhats, once they become an arhat, they awaken to the sufferings of our existence. You understand my sufferings. You realize that their current existence is so much suffering. You see, for you it's a lot of fun. For you it's fascinating. Okay? But for them, once they awaken to arhatship, they awaken to the truth of suffering. They understand their suffering. You don't understand suffering, of course, not the way they do. And they understand it so well that they say they realize that this life is not worth it. You understand that? See, you are still clinging to your life because you still find parts of it which is worth your while. Correct?
Yeah.
That's because you don't understand my sufferings yet.
Right.
You understand? These guys understand. They say,
well, that doesn't sound like they're not taking responsibility to help others anymore. They just want to do it.
No, we get it. That's a very good point. Besides the
Secure yourself or secure yourself.
Yeah. The arhats, the end goal is self-liberation. It's never for others.
Right.
Okay? They seek wisdom, they seek a way to liberate themselves from suffering. And once they understand about suffering, and then they see that I can certify to Nirvana right now. If I continue with the end of the suffering, it's meaningless suffering. Whereas the other option for me is Nirvana right now. Okay?
Yes.
So far so good. Nghe hiểu không? Một bên thấy được hiểu được cái khổ. Họ chưa hiểu, quý vị chưa hiểu cái khổ, thành ra quý vị vẫn còn sống. Phải hiểu. Mà chịu chơi người ta có nghe cái thứ gì đấy rất quan trọng, tại vì ngài A La Hán hiểu được cái thứ gì đấy là hiểu được cái khổ. Chứ mấy thầy có giảng cô như vậy đâu, chưa hiểu cái khổ sao giảng được? Thấy khổ không? So multi-level. Never mind. So what happened is that they understand suffering. They see once I continue this path of suffering in my current existence, and the option I have right now available for me is to enter Nirvana, and suffering and enjoyment bliss. Okay? So they choose the latter. They choose the bliss right now because the suffering is meaningless. It doesn't do anything for them. Because they are not here to endure suffering. They are here to save themselves from suffering. That's the end goal. Yes. Tại vì quý vị ngài hiểu được cái khổ, mà thấy được cái niết bàn nữa, một cái áo như vậy, còn quý ngài chỉ muốn bỏ cái khổ để về lập tức nhập niết bàn. Okay? Yes.
And because they are arhat, they, even if they break the concept, they don't have to go back.
They don't go
What
back.
happened to them?
They never go back. They suspend. I'll come with that. Okay. So what happened is that with the Arhat Dharma, that's their drawback. The Arhat Dharma is that có giảng kinh địa tạng không? I asked her when she was in college in her Hinayana school, did they explain them about the Earth Store Sutra? I tried to influence her too, and she agreed with me. Because It's never the doctrine Hinayana. Filiality is not important in Hinayana. Because filiality is to help the parents. Right? And it's never the end goal. The Arhats have no dharma, the Hinayana have no dharma to help others except for themselves. They don't know how to help others. Never have such aspirations. Okay? So that's why they enter Nirvana. Và vì cái niệm của họ phải giúp người khác chúng sanh, thành họ thấy được họ nhập niết bàn. Okay? Yes.
Also, isn't it a basic belief that in Hinayana tradition they don't believe in bodhisattvas and even Buddha besides Shakyamuni?
Right.
And that they can reach the level of nirvana, but they cannot only is only one Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha. It's no other living beings can attain the level of understanding.
It's irrelevant to them. All they aspire for is arhatship. They don't care about Buddhahood. It's never their end goal. Nếu như bên ngài A La Hán thì muốn đạt A La Hán quả, rồi muốn làm thành Phật. They have no dharma to become a Buddha. They will never taught the dharma to practice so that they can become Buddha. Can become Buddha. Okay? Tại bên Nguyên Thủy chưa được dạy cái pháp để thành Phật, thành họ cái đó họ không còn mở một niệm vọng đâu. So what happens is that couple things you ought to know. Trong hai cái trên chi tiết, hơi chi tiết nhưng nghe nhiều khi nó hơi thường thoại tí nhưng không sao. Mình nghe người ta nhưng không sao. Đại thừa không quan trọng hết. Cái hiểu biết không quan trọng. What happened is that the way they choose to die. Okay. Phần cái gì mình không biết là cái phần khi người A La Hán cũng chết. Cái phương pháp chết họ không phải như mình. It's not like us. We need to take a gun, or we need to take poison, jump off the cliff, or step off, that's in front of the bus, that kind of thing. Kind of violent, crude. Okay? Mình có những phương pháp đặc biệt của mình. Bước ra khỏi máy bay hoặc là nhảy xuống giếng kiểu như vậy. Là A La Hán không cần làm. They could die instantaneously. I can't tell, but just like that. Don't need to. Okay? So that suicide for them is a pretty easy going thing. Pretty smooth thing. It's not that strenuous. Like when we put a gun to our face, to our mouth, we have to think. I mean, you still need to pull the trigger. It's hard work. The art is not. Okay. Interesting, really. I taught me fourth stage, honey. It's quite a ways. Okay. So anyway, so the Arhat way to go about ending a life is very, very, very kind of amazing because it's not the way we do it. Okay. Number two is that once they enter Nirvana, something terrible happens. Cái chuyện mà còn cái gì mà khi mà mấy người A La Hán nhập niết bàn, cái chuyện tệ nó xảy ra. This is the worst thing that happen. Worst thing. If you can think of a bad thing to happen in your life, or you can ever imagine now to the end of time, nothing surpasses us. Nothing. You can be the most evil person. You can be so bad. You can do commit the most heinous crimes. Okay? Nothing is as bad as entering this kind of life. That's right. This is why we very adamant about this. This is why I keep on scolding the others and practicing the Buddhists, because what they're doing is very heinous. Thì lý do vì vậy bên đại thừa chuyên mắng mấy người ở mấy người Việt Nam không thể nào tạo một cái nghiệp ác được, bất gì mà sẽ cô nghiệp ác được. Thế chứ là đời này tới tận vì lai không có ác một cái gì được đi biết mà đủ. Never ever will there be anything more heinous, more evil. Fascinating. This is why we scold. This is why we criticize.
So what's so bad about that?
I don't know what you're saying. I can't hear you. I literally can't. You've been doing it on purpose, Master, just so I don't hear it.
You didn't say it in English. You didn't say it in English. What happens? What happens?
Not yet, not yet.
Oh, all right. So you're just building up to the big thing.
So the person that are enter nirvana. So that the are enter nirvana, right?
Yeah.
By told.
That nirvana is so blissful.
They don't want to come back.
So they just stay there forever and ever and ever and no way out. Oh.
But it's better than going on the wheel.
Why do you want to get out?
It's nothing.
Well, it's better than going on the wheel, Master.
It's just like.
That's what way you want to look at it. It's like what?
Just like, let's say you're into, I need to make assumptions, clearly state my assumptions, because I have a lot of disagreements here, okay? So assuming you are crazy about beluga whale, caviar, thank you.
Caviar?
Caviar. See, work already. Okay, let's change venues. Let's say you're crazy about boiled vegetables.
Oh, okay. I love that. Pasta fazool. Give me pasta fazool. Or spaghetti.
No, that's the point. The point I'm getting at is that
I'm just being
the bliss they experience in that nirvana is nothing new. Cái lạc mà họ mấy ngài A-la-hán là hưởng được trong rượu bạc biết yêu rất vui. It's extremely blissful, it's true. Much better than our suffering, much our bliss we can ever imagine. Okay, much better. No comparison.
What's so bad about it?
Okay. But it's nothing yet.
Because there are much higher blisses.
Much higher.
Much higher.
Infinitely more blissful.
Yeah.
Infinitely.
Far more deserved.
So that nirvana is
Infinitely more blissful.
Listen, I'm making stuff.
Okay, so they don't realize that. You see, this is why we can afford to call our heart stupid. See, I imagine some group people today. Because they are so stupid about fact they're so happy with so little.
Right.
Okay, that's what we call stupidity in mind. It's nothing yet. Because the bliss, when you move higher to higher realm, is much better, infinitely better.
Well, you showed the ahats last year. Was it last year?
No, 2 years ago.
All right, you showed the ahats, and I didn't see any of them. And I liked except one. The rest of them gave me the willies.
Yeah. that one you like is probably a bodhisattva. Anyway. So what happened is that, first of all, it's stupidity because they settle for something so insignificant in the spectrum.
Compared to the rest of it.
Compared to the rest.
Okay?
Exactly.
So that's real stupidity, first of all. They value it. Okay, so that's why we say, you guys are stupid.
That's right.
Okay? That's our excuse for insulting them. Okay?
But Master, you won't say that about us.
That's a different story. Different purpose. When we go up, and that's for that reason, because they're supposed to be the one with wisdom. You were supposed to be the one without wisdom, so it's slightly different.
Oh gosh.
Okay, now
Get out.
I'm not done yet. Hang on. Hold on to your horses, folks, because time is running out. I need to close my lecture here today. It's 3:30 already.
Yes.
Phil just joined us.
Right, at the right
Not till
time.
4
Okay,
o'clock.
so what happened is that it's not the worst part. The worst part is what Flavia just said. The worst part about that nirvana with residues is that they get suspended forever. They can never get out of it.
Who wants to do that?
Never ever.
Major stuff.
So it's like
Big time. They cannot get out of it.
so you'll be eating cheesecake only. You can have boiled vegetable.
That's it. That's the only one flavor you can have forever. Whereas if you go to the Bodhisattva level, you enter Nirvana, you can pick them up. They have the Dharma that enables them to go in, and come out. The Dharma, you go in once, one way, forever. This is why it's so heinous, because they are suspended for eternity. They never get second chance. If you are the worst of the evils, if you are the ghost kings and the demon kings and the worst of the worst, okay, you still have a chance to become Buddha. The Arhats, never ever.
Well, you said they're selfish and they don't want to help others.
No, but that's a different thing. The thing is that what their Dharma gets them stuck, and they don't realize it. They don't realize it until they get in there and they see it.
Can't the Buddhists take them out? Or? No, that's it.
No, that's it. Not even Buddhas can help them. Once they enter, they can't help them. Yes. You have a question here first.
But they don't suffer in there.
You're not separate.
Yeah, that's their goal.
But so why would
That's what
anyone?
they get.
Well, they actually are suffering.
Oh.
They still are suffering. Okay.
Because they can't get out.
But you compare to our suffering, it's pretty damn good. So that's what they settle for, that kind of damn good thing. Yes, next question. No question? Okay, question disappears. Okay, no more questions?
Yeah, the ghost king.
Yeah, no king.
Yeah, the painless ghost king. So the poisonous. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, so he's there to teach those people about the greed, anger.
Okay. You will find the answer on a little bit later in the chapter.
Okay.
Okay, so I have the answer lined up for you already. Don't worry.
It's a Bodhisattva.
Yeah, he's Bodhisattva. Okay, any other questions? We made it to 15 slides.
Well, how does a Arhat go get out of that? Just keep on.
They can't.
But no, before you die.
Suicide.
Do not enter Nirvana. You cannot enter Nirvana. You can be an Arhat, but don't enter Nirvana.
Okay.
Is Nirvana
That's what I want to know.
place, or it's a state?
No, it's not.
It's an incomprehensible thing.
Plain existence.
Compared to heaven, it's a totally different place.
Heaven is physical.
Oh, so it's not a physical.
Formless. It's still physical. Formless is no longer. The form of heaven is physical, but the form is no longer physical. It's that kind of existence. Yeah. Any questions? Okay, no questions then. We end the lecture here. Next Saturday we'll be here for the Pure Land Assembly. lecture starts at what time now? Does anyone remember? Like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, something like that. So lecture, we tell the online people that we're going to be later than usual. Okay, and actually next week during the lunch thing, we probably do a small broadcast so that we can give a small Dharma talk or something like that if they might be interested. Because lunch is between like 11 to 1 o'clock, right? So around 11:30 or so, we can do like a 15 minutes or half hour broadcast. Rồi sẽ nói tí pháp bên 12 giờ. She has what?
The schedule for Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she has a flyer already.
Oh, she does.
Yeah.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, and I print one here. I print one for this side and one print one on flyer here so we both have here. So for that, I keep on forgetting to do that. So let's do that. Okay, so this is the end of today's lecture, and let's do the transcripts. Is it legible?
Yes.
Okay, English. May these merits and virtues from the Buddha's given remain the four eyes of kindness above, aiding the threefold paths below. May those who see all bring forth the holy mind. And when this waking body is end, be your warrior there roses. Thanks for coming. Thank you. Have a good Sunday afternoon.
That's for the Dhamma segments of the ancestors. I thought there was
Class, if they want to do all ancestors, whatever the thing is for this, one good thing for all ancestors. All right.
Go for it. Don't worry. Thank you.
Hey, just pull out the HDMI.
So you know we have a Dharma assembly next week, so for Saturday, so we might have a different times for lecture.
Well, come here listen to what time does it start? I'll see if I hear it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's the whole day.
Yeah, we started at 8 and we go till 10:50 to 12. So we will end between 1 and about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So we should be around 11:15 broadcast. Evening one. If not interested, then it's okay. Big deal. Yeah.
This is your example, right?
This is mine. This is mine. No. Oh no, that's the red one. Give me a red one. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I just throw it away.